Hello, everyone. So, yes, we have again with our Steven Katwaroo, sir, USS Falcons Junior Head Coach. Sir, how are you? Thanks a lot for coming once again in the show.
Yes, hi, good day. All well. Nice having me again. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, T20 World Cup just got ended now. It's been more than a month. But do you think like the India's dominance has started in the white ball as compared to Australia? Like they've just won ODI World Cup, Champions trophies, everything. 1999 to 2009. India now has won three back-to-back ICC trophies, two T20 World Cups and one Champions Trophy. Like they are looking a team to beat completely. What do you say?
Um, I believe that every team have their time, their era. I think this is the Indian era right now. They they go in. I mean, all the players they have shown so much of um improvement in the past 5 to 10 years, where they're dominating white ball cricket. Um, Also, the conditions have a big play for the success, right? I think
Hmm.
that all three championship is all Indian like conditions, right? They won in India. In the Caribbean is same sort of
Yeah,
conditions. Yeah,
conditions.
spin wicket, a bit
Hmm.
slower. I'm not taking
Slow.
away anything from the team, but I think the conditions it's just fortunate that it suited them best. And I mean, they're playing really good cricket. Apart from that, I mean, they really have a great structure. You can, from the outside, it's no secret that they have a proper structure in place for the stemmer players to just make that transition from first class cricket to international cricket. And you can see it, right? That he likes look Sooryavanshi, um, even I mean Ishan Kishan had been playing in and out, but he showed so much dominance. Now Sanju, so all of these players, I think in there they have that right structure in place to get these players game ready, match ready, tournament
Yes,
ready.
yes, India
So
has a very yes.
yeah, I think the preparation stage with any team. I mean, all teams will have their preparation and their structure um portfolio, but I think that you're really seeing a big difference, especially in the white ball cricket within there. But you're seeing the balance, right? Like the white
Hmm.
ball cricket is up, and then the red ball cricket drop a bit.
Yes,
So there's always a bit shift
shift is there.
with the format of the game. Sometimes when you pay too much of attention elsewhere, it shifts the balance. But not taking away anything from the India team. I think they're playing tremendous cricket. Um, it's great to watch as a coach, as young athletes, cricketers coming up. The way the template they use to play white ball cricket, T20 and 50 over, I think it's a great learning for all aspiring cricketers and coaches.
Yes, India has got a robust domestic structure, like 37, if I'm not wrong, Ranji teams are there, state teams, different
Mm-hmm,
district teams. So a
mm-hmm,
mini, you can create easily three teams. I would say more than that, 10 to 15 teams can be created. And as you said, like the
mm-hmm,
conditions helped also in 2025, India played entire tournament in Dubai only due to the some
mm-hmm.
logistics issues, not so great. I will not talk about it with our neighboring country, so that also helped, but there is talent, there's no doubt about it. And yes, India's rise can be said, but as you mentioned, sir, test like we haven't won. India hasn't won at their WTC 8 now, and now they are in a very dangerous position. They are at number 6 or number 7 in the WTC standings. They have to win every test match. Then also they are not guaranteed a WTC final spot. Balance little bit we can say, as you said, is not good, but it's a very good
Yeah.
start. But sir, the entire tournament of T20 World Cup 26, now we experienced so many grounds. Like 255 was scored in the final. Even in the semi-final, India versus England, 253 India scored. Like book cricket, it seemed like the pitches are completely flat now. Like it's like watching EA Sports 2007. Like bowlers have got no what is it, no freedom now. Bowlers need to have multiple psychologists. We can say even in the IPL, we are witnessing 1,000 runs scored in a day or something like. Just watch a video game. Like does it impact the game? Like the bowlers have no say at all now.
I would not take away anything from the batters because I think batters did their homework. They went back. If you do some history back in the IPL, bowlers were dominating, and batters now they did the homework where they went and improved themselves. So at the start of IPL, probably the first 5 to 6, 7 years, you could have bowled at test length and gotten away with a dot ball or maybe a single. So but now you bowling that hard length, men hitting you for six. So and then a lot of batters they improve their game so much that they have different scoring options. So I would not say it's a big advantage, but I'm just thinking as a holistic way that batters went and improved their game. Bowlers now they need to sharpen up a little more now. I think that if you see fast bowlers, they learn so much variation. This year I would just use Hazelwood. He was
Is it good? Yeah.
proactive this year.
Hmm.
He invented this slower ball grip where he runs in with a slower ball but be a little double bluff where he'll bowl the faster one. So I think bowlers just need to be a little more proactive now and be a little more aware of the game. Yes, the grounds are small, um, flat pitches, but I will always say if one team bats on it and score
Hmm.
200, the other team should have the same ability,
Attitude,
right?
ability. Yeah.
So it's if you look at the games, for example, last two games, everybody's scoring 200 plus,
Hmm.
and they've been losing the game either a wrong decision making by the bowlers or like field position or probably messed up in the field or some sort of like that. So it's not like the game one sided all the time. Batters
Hmm.
keep Batters keep winning the game. Look, the game finished yesterday in 18.5 overs, scoring
18.5.
chasing 265, right? So, I mean, bowlers just need to keep being a little more proactive, do their homework. You see, bowlers, when they do their homework, they're successful. I'll use Akeal Hosein, right?
Akeal Hosein, yeah.
He mentioned in his successful spell 4 for 17 that during the game, he did his homework. He saw these other bowlers left unorthodox. They were bowling the wrong line and length, and they was getting whacked out the ground.
Hmm.
He
Wrong.
is the same left unorthodox, have to deal with the same conditions. But what he did the homework. He understood the right line and length to bowl on the surface. So, I mean, it's easy to just put down and say batters have the advantage. But I think if bowlers really want to be harsh with themselves, they should do some more homework and try instead of, it's a hard task to bowl.
Hmm.
I'm not a bowler. I'm a wicketkeeper batsman, but if you're thinking about it, they need to keep doing the homework. If you look at the successful bowlers, Sunil Narayan,
Hmm.
Dwayne Bravo,
Doing bravo.
um, to extend now we have Akeal coming in so nicely now. Like they've been if you ever have a conversation with these guys, they do a lot of homework and research
Hmm.
on the team that they're going to play up against. All right. So I mean you will T20 cricket is excitement, right?
Hmm.
You don't wanna create a pitch that it's like a 3 day or 4 day pitch with
This
low
match,
scoring
yeah,
match,
yeah.
right? I always believe that they should have a balance, some bit of spin, some bit of pace, also something for the batters. And yeah, I think to the bottom line of it, I just think batters has improved a lot. They give themselves so many options, and they just need to stand up with the challenge.
Darren
The
Sammy. So
fire,
like,
the fire is always on when in T20 cricket. So the more proactive you can be as a bowler and have your plan A, B, and C, I think you will put yourself as a bowler in a best position.
are you trying to say like a bowler needs to have a bit of negative mindset at the start only? Suppose like if a lefty batter is batting a left arm off spinner, suppose Akeal Hosein is bowling, so there's always a threat. Like he will smash me for a boundary at deep mid wicket or straight down the ground or back his skills.
I mean, that's the ideal matchup, right? For a left-hand batter and left-hand bowler. But it was never written anywhere that a left-hand bowler cannot bowl to a
Hmm.
left-hand batter. So you as a bowler need to know your strengths against a left-hand batter based on the condition of the pitch,
Hmm.
based on the dimension of the ground. You have to know also the strength of the batter. You have to know exactly where you want to pitch those balls. And the end of the day is execution, match execution. So if you get it, you win. If you don't get it, it's out the ground. And I guess I would not say, because you see Aksha bowled to a left-hander yesterday in the game against DC and Punjab, I think. He bowled with the ball in the power play with the new ball. He took the challenge, right?
Hmm.
So it's not like it can't happen. It could, but I just think that they need to know the right areas to bowl and the right pace to outfox the
Outfox the
matchup.
back.
It can go anyway. It can
It
go
can.
today, it goes the batter way. Next day, it can go your way. You understand? So, I mean, if you have the um the resources of a off spin bowler or a mystery bowler, I think the ideal matchup is off spin to left hander. But if sometimes the left arm orthodox they think that they can get the job done, they
Hmm.
back themselves to get it done. Akeal have a variation of the arm ball. So I mean he
Hmm.
might bowl four arm balls against the left hander. If he hits it over cover or get whacked from his strength, which is the arm ball against him, then so be it. That's a good shot.
Yes, that is like if it goes for six, else you will have a very great day, merry day, we can say. But so like
Yeah.
coming back to T20 World Cup, like there is an interesting stat here, an interesting timeline, we can say. First March, West Indies played their last game against India, virtual quarter final. South Africa versus New Zealand was on 4th of March, but both of the teams officially had to wait for a week to fly out of India due to the previous ongoing war. Like, does this motivate the ICC, the both the boards like Cricket West Indies and Cricket South Africa to play and win tournaments? Because India versus England was on 5th of March. They immediately flown back to England. Like chartered planes were arranged and everything was there and dusted. Like this kind of things. Undoubtedly or somehow the other way they create some kind of rift amongst the board and the richest board like the host country. Can we say that? What is it?
Honestly, I was not there, or I don't know much about that situation. But if you try to wrap your head around it, I don't think it should cause any rift. I think that what 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 it could have done was ICC could have just take care of everyone the same way that they probably take care of in England. Um, but again, there are so much internal things probably could have been happening there, right? Like the flight routes,
Yes.
like all these different parts to take people to their destination. I'm sure for it not to happen, it have to have some sort of something not adding up or safe. And I just think it was just our unfortunate circumstances where they get stuck for that week. Um, if I was in any one of those team position, the only positive they could have take out of that is that they should have booked themselves to be in the finals. If they was in
Yes,
the
going to
finals,
semi-finals, you are in
yeah,
safe hands.
they wouldn't have to worry about
They have to-
they wouldn't have
And
to worry about charter flights. So um that's the only positive. I mean, when you lose, I've been in some of those situations. When you lose in tournaments, you just want to go home back to your family. You just want to
Sammy
like
also
try
said
to
that thing. Sammy
take your
said that I
mind
want to
out
go
of
home. Yes,
you want to take your mind off what's happening. You want to come out of that surrounding because the more you're in the surroundings, you feel it every day in day out. So that feeling is not a nice one. So I can understand from that. But there are some things out of control, and I think that probably is one of it. The war is something that no one have control over. So I think ICC probably did try their best, but as I say, I can't really answer much about that.
yes, like some things are undisclosed, like we don't know the real facts. The
Yeah.
players weren't happy, coaching staff also. But it
Mm-hmm.
was great World Cup for associates. Like USA almost defeated India, Netherlands almost defeated Pakistan. Like it was good to
Mm-hmm.
see, like Netherlands, like the associate nations, like saying we are not just to participate, we want to win. Like should ICC make it mandatory to play an annual series? Suppose like England is playing against Nepal or another teams. Recently, India has on their own organized two series, Ireland and Zimbabwe. Australia also has organized a T20 white ball series against Zimbabwe. So they are doing somewhat better, we can say. But the other nations, they also need to play, like so South Africa, West Indies, New Zealand, like associate nations. They have to fight a lot. Still, Netherlands is not got a official status, like a full member status. They are still playing cricket, but
Mm-hmm.
the problem is still there. Like, see, I'm telling why, sir, about Netherlands. They've defeated England. They've defeated England twice times. They've given every team tough times. South Africa also in 2014 edition. I remember when I was in school at that time. I remember quite
Mm-hmm.
fondly. But these teams, like, they're giving their heart out, but still, like, very few selected teams where we don't even have 20 full member nations.
I think the more the in like Australia, India, New Zealand, South Africa, the more they play against the upcoming teams, that's the only way they're gonna get better. If
Mm.
they keep playing among themselves, they will they will just be in that
Zone.
strength. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think it's always good to have some series against the bigger nations because it helps understand how far off you are as a team.
Mm.
And it will help you keep eventually bridging that gap to where you want to be. You see, USA have been doing this for a long while. Like they keep doing tours. They even come to the Caribbean. They be a part of the first class, not first class, the list A um tournaments that it have in the past. So all of these things were prepping to now to this result. It's just not overnight. They've
Yes, it's not
been
overnight.
they've been playing so much cricket, and now you're seeing they improving so much as players as well. And is the confidence they got in not this World Cup, but the previous World Cup, which was held in the US. I think that boosted US a lot because they
Yeah,
win against some
home
big
team. Yeah.
big teams, right? And that's the only way they can move forward. Oh, I'm just using US as an example. Any other team, once they start winning against the bigger nation,
Bigger nations.
they will have a template to
Mm.
follow. And they will start using benchmarks from those wins to structure more wins in the future. But if you're not playing against these bigger nations, um, don't get me wrong, if these bigger nations play probably with their full strength, they may, they may win with big margins, but it will still help in some way. And also, if they play with their second string team,
Hmm.
that also gives you
That also gives
confidence, right?
confidence.
For example, West Indies took a young team to Nepal to
Nepal, yeah, yeah.
play,
Hmm.
and Nepal won, right? That was a
Overall
big
achievement.
takeaway for Nepal, right? And
Nepal,
you
yeah.
see how they played. They played like they played well in the World Cup. Like they were always in the game at some point, right? So they need to like, at least the bigger nations, they need to give that improvement series, and and that will build the games. They'll build the confidence in all the other teams
Yeah,
that
that will
striving to have that international status.
exposure, like, because
Yeah.
yeah, every associate nation can't play franchisee league cricket. Like, that's the difference.
Mm.
Like, even the IL T20 league is there of Dubai, in which a lot of associate nations play regularly. So, sir, like the way West Indies, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, like they are nowhere like in the ICC events now. Like Pakistan won way back in 2017, Sri Lanka won back in 2014. West Indies, like we have to go very back to 2016. Like in the 10 to 12 years, these three nations, there's nothing like we can talk something great about in ICC events. So what they're lacking, what they're missing. They have the players, they have the very great coaching staff as well. West Indies has Sammy, like Sri Lanka now has got Gary Kirsten back into the setup. But what is the main problem for them?
I think it's a structure, because if you take these players from any few of the core of these players and you put them into different franchises, I mean international cricket and franchise cricket, there is some gap there, right, with the competition. But you see they make a big difference, right? They win a lot of championships, right? And I just think that the structure, and I think they probably gotten complacent. I must say they gotten complacent, probably not putting in enough of research, because the point I was making earlier was the game has transformed, not just talent anymore. The game has
Hmm.
transformed more science
Yeah, data.
and
Yes,
more data oriented. And I think that we need to, like, these other countries, they need to come with their A game in that area. If you see India does it, they've been successful. Australia
yeah.
doing it, they've been successful. South Africa,
Hmm.
they
Recently
did
won.
it in this World Cup, and
Hmm.
they almost again, just probably in a lack of finishing, they lose out on this World Cup. But if you look at it, I will think South Africa is mastering the art of data, and the results have been showing, right? Also in there, right? So I just think that they need to get up to speed. They probably do have analysts and these things, but you need to have a proper structure to make sure that everything works in in a cycle, right? So
Striker, yeah.
the data must be extracted and then improve your players.
Hmm.
And I think the proper structure have to be put in place for all of these things to happen. I could easily give you footage of yourself where you need to improve, but
Hmm.
if you don't have the right resources to improve it, what will happen? You will just be stuck there,
Stuck there, yeah.
and then 2 3 years rush upon you,
Hmm.
and there's no change. And I think that is one of the main setback for these nations. And I think they just need to be a little more up to the game, up to standard, and put proper infrastructure in place to improve players and to create that channel from the transition from first class cricket to international cricket.
Is it about the funding also, like Pakistan, Sri Lanka, West
Of
Indies?
course, it's a big part to play because you need the infrastructure, you need funding, you need money to get it done, right? So, I mean, but again, if the boards could take care of simple things to make sure that
Hmm.
they secure their players. If they secure their players, for example, the way that India secure their players, I mean, there's a high amount that they get paid.
Uh,
These other nations could give these players some sort of security. And you never know, some might think it makes sense to just play for a nation and give it all. And like for
hmm.
example, how you can have one of the greatest T20 player in the world not playing international cricket, Nicholas Pooran,
Because
right? He probably have his reasons, but I'm sure that if the right conversations probably had happened, he would have still be a part of the World Cup or would have still be a part of international cricket. All right. So we
yes,
have the
even
result, we have the players, we have the talent. But I don't think it's the board itself. They need to know exactly what they want. And that's just West Indies. I don't know the rest. I'm not ill speaking any board or anything. I'm just saying that this is what it is. They just need to understand what they need to do to get the best out of players. Because at the end of the day, it's a job. It's not just
yeah,
sport. It's a job. It's a livelihood. It's someone,
livelihood.
Yeah. So I think that's the direction it's heading, and they need to just. I know Sri Lanka within a year or two, you're going to see a difference with them because they already started that change, that infrastructure change.
Infrastructure, yes. Kirsten has
Yeah, you
started
see,
it.
and they investing in themselves. You see, they investing in their power hitting game. It is showing in T20 cricket. If you
T20
look at
cricket.
their scores, if you look at some of the individual players, they've been doing a great job. And now they invested in Mr. Gary,
That's
Kristen,
right. Gary Kirsten, yeah.
and I mean, this is what you need. You need persons who done it already,
Hmm.
right? And they will have a roadmap as to what they need to do.
When Pooran announced his retirement all of a sudden last year, during this April, May only he decided. Then
Mm.
Sammy had a word with him. He said, like, I tried to convince him, but he wasn't able to agree. So, do you think like Sammy was appointed for the betterment of all these players? Because he's played with every one of them, like to CPL franchise, the cricket. So,
Mm.
how important was the role of Sammy to convince Pooran, like, I am here, there, I'm till 2027 ODI World Cup. And if you look at West Indies, it's still not guaranteed of a World Cup direct qualification. They are at number 10th position, 77 points. It's a very precarious position, I would say. Like last time they missed out. This time also nothing is guaranteed. So is Sammy accountable for all the things? Like he has been very open-minded also. He's allowing players to take retirements also. What do you think, sir?
I mean, as a coach, you can just reach out to players. You can reach out to players. You could share the insights. But the end of the day is players' comfort and also players. As I mentioned, these guys have made a huge name for themselves.
Hmm.
So if it's not adding up at the end of the day, and I think that they think sport is just for a little while. So if I can remember, Puran mentioned that he choose to do it for his family. All right. So if as a player he comes to me and say that, then you have to respect that. And so as a head coach, you need to understand what you can do with the resources that they have in hand to get the betterment out of your players. And the most you can do is just reach out to them, and the rest is upon the player to make his decision.
Yes, and
Mm.
just after that couple of months, Russell also retired and he's now playing franchise cricket. Power hitting coach of KKR. Like these are
Mm.
things, various which are
Again,
happening.
you see, like if you think about it, I mean, we on the outskirts, but I'm sure,
What's
like again, that's comfort.
comfort? Yeah.
KKR offer him a head coach playing other around the world, so that's comfort. I'm not
Mm,
saying that the board should give you $5 million. I'm just saying they can reach a stage. I'm sure if they reach a point with these guys, they would have probably have a better decision. So I mean, the game will remain here. Let's put it
yeah.
this way: we all will play and go. The game will always remain here. And the end of the day, you want to just create a legacy for yourself. Maybe, however, as a coach, as a player, however you leave your legacy, that's the main objective of playing the game at the end of the day. And if players choose to do X, Y, or Z, that's on them, and they think that's how they will create their legacy. Then you can't fault anyone. But
Yeah.
now the game, if you think about the last 30, 40 years, it was all driven with passion. I'm not
Passion.
saying the passion isn't here, but
Mm,
now it's more like a business. It's more like you can make a life out of it, which again, you can't fault any player or anyone. So that's just the direction of the cricket. These things come with the game now, so you have to learn to work around it and make the right decisions.
mm-hmm.
And the decision should always be a 50-50, because the end of the day, no one would have played for any franchise without your nation. You need to be seen, I'm sure, from your country or your
Mm-hmm.
nation to these
Nation.
outside franchise cricket, IPL, PSL, whatever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it should have some sort of discipline behind it as well as an individual. I could be wrong, but that's just my thinking behind it. You give back to what feed you first, you know. So um, that's just the direction it's heading. We have to all grow with it. We have to, before you know it, the game is, you finish playing at 10 years again and you're done. So enjoy the most that you could now, and leave your legacy.
Even I guess that's it. But on a personal question, sir, for you, like, do you see West Indies getting back to the again golden era, like 1975, 79, two back-to-back ODI World Cups? Is it happening
Mm,
again?
um, I mean, if you look at the role plays, right? This last T20 team was an excellent team,
Excellent time, yeah.
and it is a young team. It's an excellent team, and if you go role for role, right? It's almost like the same rules that were there when they won the back-to-back World Cups.
Back-to-back
I
World Cup.
mean, the likes of Sunil and Pollard and Bravo, they are legends, right? But what I'm saying is the power of those players. You could have seen it in this young team. No,
Yes,
so I would
recently.
not count. I would not count out T20 cricket. Definitely T20 cricket. West Indies always have that power game with them.
Oh,
But white ball cricket and the longer version is where the problem lies. And I think in this in as a West Indies team, they need to sit and try to structure the right pattern for players, the right development plan, more cricket,
more
right?
cricket.
They have a first class.
VSN.
season, and it's less than 10 games you're playing
Yeah,
for a year.
and recently they just cut down the matches as well. There was some kind of revamp being done to make the players more
Yeah,
play
so
all the matches.
let's if you think about it, how you can play 5 4-day matches and you wanna improve. You are relying on club cricket, which is like under first class, and the level of club cricket is like 40 50% of intensity in an international game, or even lower. So how you can go at a 40% intensity, and then first class cricket is at a 75%, some
Mm,
teams, right? And you play just couple games, and that's it for the year. And then you are asking players to perform to their best ability. And that is why you see like our 4-day or test match cricket is always on a high or low, because
I don't know.
is if one or two players make, okay, the team is successful. But
Mm,
when you're reaching a series, you will see where the gap is. And I just think that they need to play more cricket in order to see some different results in the test match. I mean, West Indies, they had a good going just before Sammy take over, I think. They had a nice structure in place, I think. With They were in a winning streak. They beat Australia. They
yes,
went
also
and beat
Bangladesh also.
Pakistan,
They also won in
Bangladesh,
Bangladesh.
and then everything changed.
Yes, and
So
Sammy's the chief selector as well. Like he's the chief selector and the head coach as well. He's got absolute
yeah,
power.
so I mean, that's something that need to be. It's very disheartening to know that they build up a team, beat big Australia in Australia, beat Pakistan in Pakistan. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think was Sami the coach in Pakistan?
Yes, Sammy was the coach. Yes, Sammy was the coach.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Sami was the coach. So I think they had a nice unit, right? But for some reason they lose the balance somewhere. I don't know if it's players disagreement. I don't know, but that group of players that they had, I think it was the next generation of West
Mm,
Indies Test match cricket, and this is where they needed to like acknowledge that and
mm,
build that group. You understand? You got success with that group. At least try to make the best out of it. And now we go back to square one. We get bowled out for 45 or 47 or
45,
something like
yes.
that.
Against Australia, it happened.
Against Australia in our hometown. And and the games was just fluctuating. So I think that we just need to pinpoint these areas and try to improve it. That's all we can do as players. You try to improve these areas. I'm sure that they are doing it, but it have to be probably in a better structure way. And again, you have to give players those comfort. You give a player the entire series at a
Mm,
position and just give them that comfort that if you score or not, you have that backing of me at that
mm.
number or that position.
And yes, sir, like Jason Holder hasn't played a test match in the last 2 years. He was injured in
Mm.
2024 against Australia. Then he refused to come to India for the test series as his focus was T20 World Cup. So, as you said, like there are some differences or miscommunications from the board and players. That's hurting. A very bumper 16 months coming up, like 2027 ODI
Mhm.
World Cup and WTC is also there. Like Sri Lanka is making some good progress, like with Gary Kirsten now, and Pakistan they have some problems, but Pakistan being Pakistan, anything can happen even if they're at the lowest points. So, like one thing for you for Sri Lanka, sir, like you said about Sri Lanka, how they have improved their power hitting game, but can Gary Custom bring some magic into the because he has coached a lot of teams: Namibia, South Africa, India, associate nation, franchise teams as well. Can he bring some magic? Like Mahela was earlier part of Sri Lankan cricket. Sangakkara was also there. Jayasurya was the head coach there. They couldn't try, but they built a structure out, the base a little bit.
I honestly think his understanding of like his style suits it, because why I'll say that, he had success with India, and each team have their own culture. So these other coaches set the platform, and I think he took over. He have um Sri Lanka in a good time. Like they making that transition. Like you seeing the
Hmm.
progress in,
Uh,
games out players, right? So I think South of Sri Lanka, they will gain success under his leadership. He's a great coach, and I'm excited to see what he do with this team. And I've been following Sri Lanka cricket as well. I know they've been doing a lot of um homework. They've been doing a lot of preparation. So the best yet to see with Mr. Gary.
Yes, and earlier Jasurya was supposed to get extension, but he now
Mm.
is being given Sri Lankan cricket's role at the camp there. So he will report all the plays to Gary Custon. So it's like a good process that Sri Lankan cricket
So
has.
you see, that's it. Yeah. So I think they once you create a structure, it can be any structure, but once you create a structure that you think could win for you or give you some sort of success, that's a start. And
Hmm,
I think Sri Lanka, they regain that. They regain
hmm,
that start.
start.
And I think it's something that each territory they go searching for until that time come, right? So once you get that right process in place, I think it's just like a copy and paste from there. So in there have it. They will keep it for however long. So Australia have it now, South Africa have it. So it's
Hmm,
just as a nation, they need to create a one for themselves that will work. I'm not saying West Indies should take in their process, but they should know their resources, how they can maximize their resources, how they can improve their resources. You understand? And then you'll get the best out of your players. And you have to have a vision with it. If they don't have a vision as that time frame, then if you're trying to get success overnight, that's the wrong step.
understood.
If you look at India, they are prepping their second string team they could enter another ICC team in their second string team.
Yes,
They
easily,
India can have two teams playing international cricket easily.
easily.
But what they are doing is they're creating that smooth transition for these other younger players to dominate, not just to come and trial and error. I think all these other countries that we talk about, play nation like West Indies, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, they they are in the teaching process of trial and error in international cricket. So they're
Hmm,
trying and making the mistakes in international cricket, whereas they should be doing what India is doing. They're grooming that other team. So when that other team make the transition into more frequent games in the international level, you wouldn't even see the transition because they already played 30, 40 games. They already played 30, 40, 50 situations of that position they're playing in.
positions.
You understand? But if you pick in someone to just come and play, boom, straight up international cricket with no sort of experience at the top, you're going to see the gap. So I think that they need to know how they filter in their players. They need to know how to bridge that next gap for international cricket. Because you see in there they bring in a player for a player and boom they just it's like they haven't missed anything. I'm talking about
Hmm.
T20 cricket
T20
and
cricket.
and ODI, right? You
Hmm.
have to replace someone like Virat and Rohit, and you replace him with Abhishek.
Abhishek
Look
is there.
at the way
Ishan,
he's playing,
Ishan.
and
Yeah,
then Ishan Kishan, and then you have Gill at number for Test cricket. You have Gill at number 3 or 4.
number.
All right. So you see how they're making the transition with the younger players. And that is the vision I'm talking about. If you don't have that vision, then it have no way you can get the success. So in their cricket will dominate white ball. They will dominate white ball for a long while because of that structure they have in place.
Yes, and
South Africa, South
yes,
Africa and Australia, they will dominate red ball, even England to an extent. All right. I think because they play more red ball cricket. If you see they England have a proper red ball structure.
England have this.
Australia have a proper red ball structure. India have a proper red ball structure with first class Ranji, whatever,
And
whatever, you know.
because this Said
So
Mustafali trophies, there are a lot of T20 state
mm-hmm,
team tournaments also going on. Like
mm-hmm,
30 around state teams tournaments are there. So that's what
mm-hmm,
helping the likes of Priyan Sharya, Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, lot of players. Like
yeah,
just a number has came like 10 to 12 openers are ready for India in T20. KL Rahul is
you
also
see,
one of them. KL Rahul is done and
mm-hmm,
dusted in T20 format as an opener, I would say. He's now very
yeah,
senior, but he's also ready. KL Rahul.
mm-hmm. And the 15-year-old going and pass everyone.
Vaibhav
He's gonna
Sooryavanshi.
play. He's gonna play. He's gonna play soon.
Yeah, there are some reports also which say that he might play against Zimbabwe or Ireland, like
Yeah, he's gonna
those
play. He
T20
must play
series.
because why not play him? He's killing off the fastest bowler right now in international cricket. He's dominating the bowling like it's as you say. It's like
Book
video game
cricket,
cricket.
video game. Yeah, but
So
if you
I
are,
mean,
yeah,
they should give him a chance, as you rightly say, against Zimbabwe, against probably Bangladesh, West Indies. Give him that exposure and then throw him up with the big ones.
yeah, but some seniors experts saying that don't rush him directly into the international arena. He's 15 only. Like Prabh Simran Singh is there, Priyan Sharya,
I
Ruturaj.
think
A
I
lot
think
a lot of openers are ready. Like if you give him extra quick chance, other players might get disheartened. They will say we have done so much hard work, 10 to 12 years.
no,
Prabh
but that's
Simran
the
Singh,
game. That's the game. That's how it is. That's the cruelty about cricket.
yeah, that's
Yeah, if someone come and you're just in the wrong era.
hmm.
I live that, so I understand that. I live in that where um you just grew up in the wrong timing. So you
Yeah.
just have to deal with that come with the game, but you still keep the love for it, you still keep working hard, you never know your chance will come sometime.
Yeah, it was very nice connecting with you, sir. A lot of
Yes,
great
yes, yes.
insights for every nation, we can say, not only India, other nation,
Yeah.
West Indies also. Like it was a great T20 World Cup 26. IPL is going on. Like another 1 month we have IPL.
Yeah, I
Then
know I
international
fell
cricket will
short.
boom.
My prediction was New Zealand winning.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
they got runners up. So
Rather so, yeah.
I mean, is that bad of a prediction?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
played nice, like the nice guys, the tags which they have got.
Well, yeah, I mean, they just wasn't ready for. I think South Africa could have played. They could have played a tactical play well, and India being the strongest team in the competition, right? We
Hmm.
all knew that going into the competition. And South Africa had a chance to keep India out of the tournament. So I'm not saying you're going to play to loss. Nobody want to play to loss. But
Michael once said that. Michael once said that to do that
they
thing.
should have played like guys who didn't really got much chances in the tournament and still try to win. But like that's a game to keep India out of the chase, out of the run. And I think they I mean it's not the right way to play the game, right? But it is a tournament. They're trying to win a tournament. The end of the day, a World Cup tournament.
Tournament.
And it's no secret that it presented itself there for South Africa to do that. If you understand what I mean.
Yes.
They should have read the game, read the situation, put in there out of it, and then it would have crunk someone else. But they just bring
Wanted to
back,
win against West Indies.
yeah, they wanted to win as everyone, they want to win. But sometimes you need to make some tactical decisions, and that's where the cricket goes. That's the
Mm,
direction it's heading.
this direction.
Tactical,
Yeah. Yeah.
data, all these things,
Mm,
right? And in the NR finals, forget it.
forget it.
They come with the A game. They have to play really bad to lose.
S- Some
Yeah.
kind of deliberate foul play for the betterment of your own team, we can say,
Yeah.
in that
No,
word.
no, they could have just rotated their players. If they rotated their players, it would have been a different ball game. It
Yeah.
might have been what it. I think West Indies had a chance. South Africa would have had a chance as well, to go. Yeah, yeah.
Mm, yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. The script wrote already. It was
Yes.
meant to be that way. So,
Yeah.
we can
Yes.
only say what could have, should have.
What sort of ifs and buts,
But
like we can say.
I'm sure in future teams will think like that.
Yeah, teams will think definitely like some kind of
Yeah, yeah.
foul
Because
play as a.
it anytime that was the only position in the entire competition to keep India out. No team are gonna keep India out. South
Mm,
Africa did it
certainly did it.
because India rushed the run chase. They
Mm,
rushed the run chase, and that was on them. They messed that up. And they
messed
knew
up.
that. That's why the next 200 run chase, it was well timed, if you remembered.
Yes, that's true.
There was another big run chase where Sanju, I think, scored 90 or 100 or something. I'm not sure.
100 against West Indies, yes. He
Yeah.
smashes it.
Yeah, so they timed it better. India went ultra aggressive and they get skittle out, right? So
Skittled
so
on.
I think that was on them. They didn't really perform well there. I'm not taking away anything from South Africa, but the only position they could have keep India out was playing a weaker team in that game against West
Yes,
Indies.
like it's just a sport, huh? Like we are not against ICT fans, not at all.
No.
Nor I'm not a Steven sir, yeah. But
Mhm.
it was a great World Cup. 20
Yeah.
teams, like Associate Nations had their say. Hopefully, it will continue as the
Yeah.
next cycle is also there till 2030. Then there will be another meeting whether to have increase in teams or not. So once again, thank you, sir, for
Yeah,
joining in
thank you,
this
Dami.
segment. It was nice connecting with you. Hopefully, we will connect
Yeah.
for more
Yeah,
discussion.
sure,
A
sure.
lot of cricket is about to begin, international cricket. We can say IPL is continuing. So once again, thank you, sir. Bye.
Sure, sure. No problem. See you. Bye.